Hello there, Tubman Toads. It's your health and wellness instructor, Mr. Cox. Welcome back to another yoga lesson and mindfulness session. Today we're going to get started with a little discussion about a new hope, because our yoga practice today is going to be centered around the Star Wars movie, A New Hope. Before we get into that, we're going to do a short mindfulness activity. Sun salutations to warm us up. And then I'm going to do a quick review of our Warrior 1 and Warrior 2 pose, which are going to be used frequently in the episode of Star Wars A New Hope on Cosmic Kids. But before we begin, let's talk about that, A New Hope. I hope, my hopes are that we figure out a way to end our current situation and get back to school. Can't wait to get back to see everybody, to maintain or to resume our normal practice in our yoga studio, get out to the garden, at school. I know all you DC scores toads are excited to start DC scores up again. I'm sure everybody's just looking forward to getting back to Tubman. So I just wanted to ask you that. What are your hopes? Do you have any new hopes since we last talked about this when we were in class? Feel free to share them in the comments section on the YouTube page. Yeah, it can be whatever your hopes are. What do you hope it looks like in the new school year? Maybe 5th graders are going to a new school. What are your hopes for that? But go ahead and feel free to share your thoughts about that. And we can discuss those the next time we meet. Alright friends, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and bring your hands to your chest and repeat after me. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be kind. Namaste. The best in me sees the best in you. Excellent. So let's start out with our short mindfulness activity, the power of blue. It's going to be a breathing and centering activity to get us prepared for our lesson today. Let's go ahead and sit up straight, spine straight, and your body relaxed. Your hands can be on your knees, in your lap, whatever's comfortable for you. And if you like, you can close your eyes and take a deep breath in and breathe out. Again, let's breathe in and breathe out. Now this time when you breathe in, let's picture a blue ball of light pulsing inside of your forehead. Now imagine that light is calming all of your thoughts. Now let's breathe out and picture that blue ball of light dropping down into your throat. And imagine it's clearing out all of your unkind thoughts and words. Now breathe in and see that blue light glowing brighter and brighter as you breathe out. Picture it dropping into your heart. And while in your heart, imagine that blue light is soothing all of your hurt feelings. Now breathe in and breathe out. Now this time let's breathe in and picture that blue ball of light filling your entire body. Out to your fingertips, down to your toes, up through your forehead, out through your nose. Now sit here with your blue light for a moment and let it glow inside of you. And remember, when our activity is over, you can take the blue light with you. Excellent. Great job, Toads. Alright, like I said, let's get started with a sun salutation and get us warmed up today. And if you're feeling froggy or toady, you can stretch it into 2 sun salutations or 3. Remember though, listen to your body. You know what your body's ready for. So let's go ahead and get started. Remember, for our sun salutation, we're going to start in our mountain pose. Feet together, hands down by our side, shoulders rolled back. Breathe in, and as we breathe out, let's drop down into our forward fold. Remember, we can bend our knees if we need to help us touch the floor, whatever's comfortable for you. Now let's breathe in and place your hands just below your knees. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and breathe out, put our hands back down, bending our knees. Now this time, as we breathe in, let's step our right foot back, followed by our left foot. Let's go ahead and breathe out as we lower down with our knees and our chest and our chin. Now as we breathe in, we can come up to our cobra pose and breathe out. We're going to tuck our toes and push back to down dog. Excellent. Now as we breathe in, we're going to step our left foot forward and our right foot forward. And breathe out. Now we're going to breathe in for our halfway lift. Again, you can bend your knees if you need to in this pose as well. And we're going to breathe out, folding forward. And finally, we're going to breathe in as we come all the way up for our mountain pose. Excellent. Alright, Toads. To start out, we're going to get into our Warrior One pose. So remember, just like in class, we had our diagram. Imagine that there's that white light going right down the center of our mat. And for Warrior One, we're going to use our orange feet. So our back foot is going to be at a 45-degree angle, and our front foot is going to be pointing straight forward. And our feet are not going to be too far apart. So let's try that. Let's step your right foot forward, facing your toes forward, and your left foot, not too far back, a nice distance back. The key here is to make sure your back heel stays on the ground. Let's go ahead and put our hands on our hips. Twist our hips to face forward and slowly bend into our front knee. Now remember, if your front knee starts going past your ankle, then that's a sign that you need to wiggle your front foot forward a little more. Perfect. So from the side, it's going to look. Back foot down, right there. And you see my knee is right up over top of my ankle. Excellent. Let's go back. Now from here, our hips forward. We're going to bring our hands to our chest, bring our hands up over our head, and slowly arch back. Great job. Now from here, we're going to be able to transition into our Warrior Two. So for our Warrior Two, remember, we're going to have a yellow foot placement, where our front foot is going to be right on that center line, and then our back foot is going to be on the back of that line, towards the back, at a 90-degree angle. And that line is going to connect our front heel to the middle of our back foot. So, to transition from our Warrior One, back in here, hands on our hips, go ahead, bring your right foot to the front of the mat, and the back foot is on that imaginary line going through the center. So it'd be like this. And remember, the key here is your back foot's at a 90-degree angle, so your feet are perpendicular, and then making sure that knee is right over top of that ankle. We're going to take our arms out to the side, keeping ours straight back. And if you're feeling it, you can push your foot back a little more, bend into it. There's our warrior 2, with our eyes looking out over our front hand. Now I know you're asking, well, Mr. Cox, what about the other variations from warrior 2? Well, good question. We'll talk about those more in the next episode. But for now, I just wanted to give you a quick review of our warrior 1 and our warrior 2, which I'll be using in Star Wars: A New Hope. Excellent. Let's come back to center. Let's do our warrior 1 on the left side. Bring your left foot forward, right foot back. Remember, the back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Front foot is facing forward. And again, from the side, making sure our knee is right over top of our ankle. Your hands to our chest, and bring your hands up. Excellent. Warrior 1. Now from here, straighten out, and move your back foot to the middle of that imaginary line, and your front foot right onto that imaginary line. Remember, the front heel should have an imaginary line connecting it to the middle of your back foot. Arms out to the side. Make sure your knee is right over top of your ankle and looking out over your hands, your front hand. Excellent. Great job, Toads. Alright. So now you're all set for a Star Wars: A New Hope. So I hope you enjoy that activity and the practice with Cosmic Kids. So we'll go ahead and close here. Don't forget, include some comments or some thoughts about your new hopes for when we get back to school, or about anything really. Alright, Toads, let's bring your hands together. Close out our practice. Repeat after me. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be kind. Namaste. The best in me sees the best in you. Bye, Toads.